right now on 5 on your side at 10.
Cold air settling in after a raw Sunday, but we're under a freeze warning. What that means for us overnight, how cold it gets, and why it's just the beginning of this very cold air.
TJ's Playground. A young boy who drowned at day camp remembered.
It's a nice gesture from St. Louis County, but we want more.
His parents' plans to continue their fight in Jefferson City. And tonight, run for the cup.
It's going to be electric.
St. Louis soccer fans brave the frigid temperatures and burn the midnight oil as City SC continues its historic inaugural season in the playoffs. And we begin tonight with a live look at City Park, where right now City SC and Sporting KC are still battling out on the pitch. This as freeze warnings is now going into effect. We are in weather alert tonight. Thank you for joining us this evening. I'm Brent Solomon in for Mike Bush. So just how cold will it get overnight? Weather First meteorologist Gary Frank is here with that and what you'll notice when you head out the door in the morning.
Yeah, good evening, Brent. You know, the last couple of mornings have obviously been colder, but we haven't got to the freezing mark. In fact, our temp hadn't changed a whole lot the last 24 to 36 hours as we've been sitting in this cold rain. But now we're going to start to see our temps continue to fall as we look at City Park. And don't worry, you don't have to flip it over because it's halftime. And we're going to continue to look at drying. The back edge of this rain is finally moving out. For some of you in West County, Gasconade County, it's already out. It's tapered off to a drizzle. There are some light showers here, but I think by the time they start the second half, most of this rain is out of here. It's confined to the Metro East, and as that rain is out of here, the dry air is behind it, and that's going to cool us off once we see this blanketed cloud cover. Temperatures, though, right now, as this rain gets out, it's 40. It's 38 in Jeff City. It's 33 in Kansas City. So right across I-70, that colder air settling in, and that's what we'll see overnight as we continue to drop to 32 tonight. Showers ending. So I think we're going to have enough dry time where we dry the roads out and there's no issue of icy spots, but that's something I do want to note. However, this freeze warning is from tonight through Monday morning, and it's really because outside of the city, 27 up to 32, depending on where you live. But this effectively ends the growing season, and if you somehow don't avoid it today, we've got one more really cold morning. We'll talk about that, how we rebound, and another one of those deadlines that looms in the next week.
Gary, I tell you what, the cold rain isn't keeping City SC fans away from its first playoff game ever. The sold-out match started about an hour ago, and our Laura Bachesky is live outside of City Park catching up with those fans tonight. Fill us in, Laura.
Hey, Brent, you know, City SC fans have showed up for their team all season long, whether it was hot, cold, or raining like it was today, and they want to build up that energy so this team can secure a win right here at City Park where all of this magic began. Many St. Louis soccer fans were just waiting for an MLS team to make its way to the city, a team they could cheer for, win or lose.
Well overshot anybody's expectations, and it's been nothing but phenomenal. To go from the pundits saying that we would do really poorly and everybody thought we would just hopefully make the playoffs to being hosting the playoffs it's another level. This is more than we could ever dream.
That dream can be felt and seen all over as they paint the town city red for the playoff run in this inaugural season for City SC.
It's cool to see all the stops being pulled out and everyone is so excited. We drove in last night to see the Ferris wheel lit up red and everything, the whole city is in red, and so it's just been really cool to see all of it, yeah.
The love for the team and the game itself knows no bounds.
We've been waiting so long for this. Soccer is such a huge part of our life. It was actually part of our wedding vows.
And sharing this experience with family is unmatched.
It's kind of heartwarming to see everyone still coming together, even though it's really kind of miserable out here. People really rally for their team and rally for their city. It's really cool.
The energy is electric and reaches well beyond the stands of City Park.
It's a dream come true. You know, we've been living for this for a long time. The cities deserve this. And it's really wrapped around. The soccer community is really here and enjoying and embraced it. It's great.
It gets touted as a baseball town, but it's a soccer town with a baseball team. Soccer's first.
So the match is still going on in this best of 3 series, and then the team will head over across the state to Kansas City to play Sporting KC on their turf, hoping for a win for both times. Reporting live from City Park, Laura Barcheski. 5 on your side.
All right, Laura, thank you. Sports Director Frank Cusimano and Corey Miller will have more live coverage of tonight's playoff match. That's coming up on Sports Plus. For the very latest on the team's historic playoff run and the events surrounding it, text the word CITY to 314-425-5355. New tonight, a playground in St. Louis County is now dedicated in the memory of 6-year-old TJ Mister. He drowned last summer at day camp, and now his parents and the community plan to do even more to honor his memory. Here's Diamond Palmer.
I wish that he was here playing on this playground. You know, I look at the rain like it's TJ's tears.
More than a year ago in July 2022, TJ drowned in a pool at the Kennedy Recreation Complex. Sunday, TJ's parents and community members gathered nearby at Suisun Park in South St. Louis County to have the playground dedicated in their son's honor. It's a part of an $8 million settlement between the family and the county.
It's a nice gesture from St. Louis County, but we want more.
Even with the rain, dozens of people showed up to honor TJ Mister. His parents want more than policies in place. They're calling for stronger laws, and they're headed to the Capitol in January to keep fighting. State Representative Michael Burton is one politician guiding the Misters through legislative action. He wants to pass Bill number 1291 through the legislature after it failed last session. It would regulate summer camps and require background checks on employees, emergency action plans, CPR training for staff, and random inspections for camps with aquatics.
Fighting to make a change to protect all children in the state of Missouri when they go to summer camp.
A police report revealed there was only one lifeguard on duty at the time to supervise more than 40 children. It also showed a camp counselor ignored the warnings of 2 other children who saw TJ struggling in the water. The pool sits inside of County Councilman Ernie Tracus's district.
Now, I'm not going to sit here or stand here and say that we did everything perfect. We didn't.
The Misters say dealing with this grief weighs on them extra this time of year.
One day at a time. You know, holidays are really hard, and Halloween was one of his favorite holidays.
Diamond Palmer, 5 on your side.
In the family's $8 million settlement, the county had to pay $5 million. The insurance company paid the other $3 million. Tonight, we know the name of the man killed in Jennings Friday night. Officers found 20-year-old Isaiah Cook shot to death inside of a home on Mayfair Place. Police are investigating what led to that shooting. Tonight, St. Louis police are investigating a deadly shooting in North City. Officers found the victim on the front porch of a home on Thekla Avenue around midnight. We're told the victim was shot several times. No word on any arrests, but if you have any information, call Crime Stoppers at 866-371-TIPS. 2 people are recovering tonight after a crash at Calvary Cemetery this morning. St. Louis firefighters say both were trapped inside of a car. After crews rescued them out, they were rushed to the hospital. This is the second reported crash at Calvary Cemetery this month. The other happened 10 days ago, killing one of the drivers involved. Tonight, Israel is intensifying its offensive against Hamas. According to the Israeli Defense Forces, more than 450 missile targets have been hit in the past day. The attacks have killed nearly 8,000 Palestinians in Gaza and thousands more injured. About 3/4 of those killed were children, women, and the elderly. More than 60% of Gaza's population has been displaced. Refugees say getting even necessities like water can take hours.
We don't know what to do. I swear to God, we feel sorry for the children and the elderly. There is no bread, there is no gas, there is no food. Simple food. We can't even sort it out for the children. This child is suffering with burns. She received the burns while we were escaping.
According to Israeli Prime Minister Netanyahu, Israel's military is now in its second stage of war. Raw emotions and tensions running high throughout the U.S. as the war continues overseas. Here in St. Louis, we've seen multiple demonstrations in support of Palestine. Here's a look from one earlier today in Belleville. Dozens of people gathering in the downtown square around 4 this afternoon. They called for the U.S. to stop sending aid to Israel, saying continued support for the country supports genocide. Also today in St. Louis, an effort to help Israel. Women with the congregation B'nai Amuna in Creve Coeur set up a donation drive today. Many members of the Jewish community donated items like medical supplies and clothing for Israeli soldiers. Winter coats and toys were also donated for displaced Israeli children. The synagogue raised over $10,000 to send these items overseas. You can follow all of the latest news on the Israel-Hamas war and find ways to support those impacted by texting the word Israel to the number on your screen, 314-425-5355.